Start going
now.
Okay, we'll get it going. Get the guys in. How late are we? Oh, fuck, we're 10 minutes late.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. I know, most watch it after the fact. In the market trying to turn around. Oh, just some beautiful, two unreal examples in NQ today. Really good. Okay, so... Oh, let me get back over to the list here. What we got in our lineup. James giving me 2. Grant F, always good for a couple. CN Salazar, what are you up to? Okay. Then I got George, got a Super Bowl count. So maybe we'll do the 2 Bitcoin. Oh, well, I got another Bitcoin. Interesting. Well, that'll be interesting. Okay, so I got 3 Bitcoin in here.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I do, right? Everybody's got.
I mean, Bitcoin's moving, so everyone's interested. I guess.
It's funny how that happens, right? So, what time frame are you trading on? Okay, let me turn that.
A new actively managed ETF launched just this week to join the crowded list of tactical ETFs that move in and out of asset classes. Can you really do this successfully? Let's talk to an old friend, Katie Stockton.
Whoops.
Strategies, who just launched
hey, James, what's up, man? Mecha Tataku.
Great to see you.
It's just fun to say, Mecha Tataku. All right, CPT Lunchbox. What's up, man? Hey, guys. Appreciate you showing up. I got James M. I'm starting with yours. You're the first one to post it. Yeah, let's see how we make sense of this.
With employment in a systematic way, and that I think is how you
The
really
1, 2, yeah.
using the charts. So we've done that. We've built
That's
a
an
model
unusual count.
using our methodology, and that model.
Oh shit! I gotta turn this on. CNBC on. How we doing? Over there's 12. Okay, CLUX. What's up, man? Good evening. Oh, so you must be international. Wishing us a good evening. It's just 11:30 here. There we go. All right, 12. Cat Som. Hi from Greece. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to Italy pretty soon. June. Crypto Mountains. What's up? CN Saladar. What news show is that? What news show is that? Not sure what you mean, CN Saladar. How we got? 13. All right, we'll get started here shortly. Hello from the UK. Zafar, how's it doing? How's it going, man? Mark Lane, John Howard. All my arts are going. Are my alts going? Well, they are certainly looking like they want to do something. All right, we got enough to start here. Money crypto. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, let's get this off here. All right, guys, appreciate you being here. All right. Okay, so I said this looks like mostly regs here. You guys know the drill, right? So members are going to give us their counts. We'll go through it. Oh, always a good filter, right? So you're going to get lots of ideas, lots of OTA that's oriented with this methodology here. So Elliott counts, geometry, fib swings. We'll get all of that in here. This definitely some challenging Elliott. Really unusual price structure. Two-door trading. How old am I? Is that what you're asking? I am 60 years old, if you can believe that, two-door trading. 60. I just turned 60 this year. So, yeah, that one, I choke on that one just a little, right? Hard to... You're a fucking senior citizen when you're at 60. Well, I guess maybe senior starts at 70, but I'm middle age, as they would say. All right, so now that I've revealed more than I care to, right? So, aging myself, I guess I do that on a pretty regular basis. Okay, so first up, I got Bitcoin. So this is James M giving me a couple accounts here. So, right, this is very tricky, because it's not your traditional start. So the idea here, and this is a bullish interpretation. It doesn't see the bigger picture. Well, we got to have some context, right? So as James has already noted here, let's do it this way here, right? So from swing high to swing low, we are literally sitting at the 50. So, okay, I know everybody wants to get bullish here, but let's be logical and pragmatic about, okay, where are we, right? We've had a downswing here. We've made a 50% retracement. Encouraging, right? Certainly more encouraging than when we're down here at 33, but not quite okay, we're off to the moon, but encouraging sign, right? Because it looked like, well, so the first thing we've done, we've cleared, well, we're in the process of clearing the liquidity up here, right? So that's getting swept here. Now, do we hold, right? So this is much like as I described it on Friday's video, right? This is a test. Now, we do have some unique circumstance that most of you likely are aware of, that we've got, the guy at Terra, there's a lot of Bitcoin buying, institutional Bitcoin buying going right now from one particular company. One guy's at, I guess Luna's the company, Terra's the asset, or Terra's the asset. Terra's the company, Luna's their crypto, but they're buying a shitload of Bitcoin on a daily basis. So Money Crypto is even commenting that you can see him come in. He runs a tester through in small volume, and then I guess it's 125. Is it 125 billion a day he's buying?
Million.
Excuse me, 125 million.
He sends a
day.
$40 test and then 125 million.
Yeah,
market.
so apparently you can see that if you're watching the DOM. And interesting, so that's a compelling push here for the market, and somewhat, so likely, right, this is him buying right here. There's the breakout wick. There's nobody on the other side of that to take the other side of that size, likely, right? So the big question becomes, okay, if now we're out, okay, likely I would be shocked if we're straight, maybe, right? You can't, anything's possible, but likely you'd anticipate a little bit of a test here. Let's see how we're doing, right? Is a bunch of supply going to come in? The break here, if we look at it from an Elliott perspective, which James has given us here, so it looks like he's giving me, I get multiple counts here. So let me go out to an 8 here, and we got to keep a big picture look at this. Okay, so I got 2 counts. One, oh, here, I'm going to have to go out even further. Okay, so one, this is interesting. It's abnormal, right? So which is why I haven't gone here as a primary, but it's certainly valid, right? So if we're coming down, well, let's see, we got it twice. Let's do the green here. So we've got the WXY could be in, right? So we'd have essentially a truncation in the C. Again, it's not like it never happens, but it would be more typical. We'd at least challenge those lows, right? The fact that these lows haven't been tested keeps me a little concerned about, okay, that's because it's just sitting there waiting to be grabbed, right? So if they can't get to that, that's insanely bullish, because everybody on the planet can see that that's there waiting to get tested. But if we're going to, if this was the attempt to go get it and it failed, or if that's as far as they can get, that's wildly bullish. Interesting, right? So to put the low in, to have finished that correction would, again, it would be unusual. We're going to truncate it here. It would be a sign of a raging bull. Well, let's see if we can do it here. Do we even have it if I do it this way? Yes, we're going to have some overthrow there. Let's put it on a 2. Let's extend that. Oh, fuck, that's not what I want. I want this. Let's extend that. Come here. Extend it left. Okay, so maybe you look at this as a little throw over here. So the geometry, okay, I could get my head around that. Still, right? Have we really done enough here to say, okay, we're through, right? We're off. Next stop is to challenge the highs. Not so sure about that, but this, if we start to push up here, well, certainly if we get up here, these are going to look like a distant memory. But right now, it's such obvious liquidity down here. I'm surprised we can't get there. But 125 million a day, that's a lot of Bitcoin. Okay, so he's giving us 2 counts here. So the one is the WXY. We finished here, and now we're into, well, let's see. Oh, fuck, get off of there. If we're going to go, if this is the Y, there is a count here that he's got us going. I know it's a little hard to see in there. We're going in the green 1, 2, and we're working on 3, 4, 5 to come out of here, right? I know you can't see it, but that's essentially, I'm kind of, it's in there, right? There's his 3, 4 right there. So that's what he's building on to come out of here if this is going to be the low. It's not outrageous, right? I mean, we gave it a test, right? We just didn't get to the lows. Okay, so let's dig in there. So the other is that we here, just to keep perspective on it, that we'd be going, here's the secondary count is in blue, so it's A, B, C. We're still working. Here's the potential D, E before we go down. Now note, if we do that kind of triangle, we are still leaving these untested, or this is the test, right? And this was the second test, and they've been rejected. Right? Bitcoin could do it, if any asset could. Okay, so here, this is you just kind of framing it as I had it. So we're just past the 50%. Now you're pulling it. Well, let's see if I do it this way. So you're pulling here. So we are now to and through the 50. Pretty good push through it. Okay, let me pull back here, and then we'll just wrap it up here. Okay, let's dig in there. Let's go. I'm going to go to a 2 hour. And let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna hide that just so I can dig in, because otherwise you can't. Same thing here, right? I see this geometry. That is very nice framing. So this becomes an interesting target, but only because since there's background in there, I can't get in there. I'm gonna hide that. Okay, so this is kind of where we left it on Friday. Here's the breakout. This is the real conundrum here, right? So, I mean, I've been wrestling with this and eventually gave in to the idea that we had truncated here, right? So that we could do the 5, so thereby giving you the 3 here. Well, okay, so, that's a very reluctant position to finally go to a truncation. But here's the solution to work around it, which I think, I mean, is it valid? Yeah. Are we in sync with a purist? Well, ideally, you wouldn't have an expanding diag here, but it's what the market is offering. So are we going to accept that, right, as the ending diag? I say it's not like it's never happened before. Right? I mean, you prefer the contracting, but there it is, right? So making do with what the market's giving you, you can certainly work this as a 3. I think it plays better as a 3. So if we're going to go A, B, C into an A, B, C into a B, you gotta be creative to get that into a 3. How you doing it? Oh, pardon me. So if we're going to do A, B, C and not D, then we can do this as a 5. So 1, 2. Okay, that'll work. I'm on a 2 hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right. It plays, right? So it's the broader count. We've got a. That's why I change colors. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Big 3, small 2, and small 1 and 5. Looks actually, just curious, because as a technician, this kind of stuff always fascinates me. Just past 100% length of the 1. Coming back up. 1, 2, or this plays better as a 3, right? I mean, this is, you actually, Bitcoin does this a lot. Well, actually, crypto does this a lot. You see this, come here. Here, now we just kind of go sideways, and then that's the last drop. I mean, almost see it here. It's very consistent to see that. What's really happening here when we see that, right? So this is just a liquidity grab, likely, right? So we're just in a range. You can think of it this way. Right, so here we go. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And then there's the fall, right? So this is bait coming down to this. So this is the bait for the breakout trader. Oh, we're going down. Okay, and then quickly rejects. Okay, if we're gonna go, let's see. So if this is gonna be into the C here, all right? So I'm trying to stay with the counts here. I should probably hide it. So here's the C. Here's the 1, 2. Oh, so this one, that's part of the triangle. Now still in play, right? If this is going to be B and we're working on C. But let's look at the bullish count, see if we can make that play. So, okay, I mean, you're squeezing, right? You're squeezing to make that play. Okay, right? So is it really there, right? So this is a conversation I've had a lot with Sensei Tudum, right? Who's, of course, being a really advanced Elliottian as a level 2 certified. He's actually backing off from counts where there's not good subdivision and working on the higher time frames There's much to be said for that, because is that really a 5, right? Do we have to go down to a 1 minute to nail that? Okay, well, the structure's there. Is that really, do we really finish there? Okay, well, we can go with it here. The market forces this, right? So we have to be reasonable, right? Is that okay, right? Can we really get a 1? Can we really get a 5 into that? 1, 2. It's a, we're accommodating the reality of the market, right? It's not going to give you perfect swing structure. All right, so what are we doing here? I think you'd almost have to do it that way, because that's such a clear 3. A, B, C. That looks like a 5, so I think you do it that way. Oh, you have this liquid. You have this area here where I mentioned this. I had this mislabeled here, but I corrected it on Friday. So essentially, you're blowing out both counts, because you can't have a diag or an impulse here because of this, right? We can't. It blows both counts out. So you kind of got to make do with what's there. So I had considered this 3, 4 and into the 5, but it looks like now it's too far. So I like your thinking here, James, that we've gone 1, 2, 1, 2 rather than 3, 4, right? Given the rip there. I suppose that's still possible, but 1, 2, look what we've done. We've just come right up to tickle the edge of the high probability location for the 3. Oh, there's probably some geometry there as well. If I just kind of... Well, let's see here. How would I want to do that? This is the start of this one. I'd be curious to see how the median lines look here. Let's get that original recipe. Get you right on that. Well, you burned your 80 right here, right? So you've already got your 80% in play. This is not quite as clean, but this you'd have to go to the shift here on this corner here. So nice intersection here. Oh, kind of the same thing here if we put it on this one. How we look here for any corrective activity. Interesting. Always worthwhile to kind of take a look and see how's the market. What is the market responding to? Well, that's a pretty much of a dead hit right here. Now, I know, right? Cynic's going to say, well, you put enough lines on there, it's going to hit somewhere. Maybe. Coming in, so here we come to our high probability zone. Well, if you get a reaction here, you're going to start, God, fuck, I hate that about trading view. Sorry, it's the most annoying fucking feature. Okay, sorry. There we go, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What would we be finishing? Let's go back out to an hour. Like Will Smith there, losing my temper over something silly. Okay, so, well, it's hard to miss that, right? So a little consolidation here before we come back. Is that you, Monte Crypto? No. You just bumped.
Yeah, I was just gonna laugh at your joke.
Oh, well, I mean that was fun to watch last night. It was kind of bizarre, but.
Oh, it was 100%. It was just more like, holy shit.
Yeah, you don't see that often. I'm not a huge Chris Rock fan anyway. I didn't think it was particularly funny, but not to digress. Okay, so let's get back to business here. Okay, so where are we here if we're done here? So the other possibility, right, we looked at first that we're truncating here, and this is game on. Well, if it's game on to the bull count here and the low, let's work through that assumption. If the low is in here. Well, here's shit. Let's hide this. Let's hide this count. That's gonna. Can I do that? I want to hide it. Okay, so let's focus on this count. I'm gonna put it in green, bright green, so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, let's focus on the bulk count. Right, that's what people want, right? So could we do it? Oh, if this is the one, well, we'd have to do this also a little bit. It would be a little unconventional. So note we'd be doing we'd be truncating the C here of the large degree correction. Then we'd have to go 1, the way he's counting it, A, B, C, into a second truncation of the C of the correction. Now, is this valid? Yes, it's valid. That would cause me to pause back-to-back truncations. Now, I will say this as I'm saying that. I remember this so very well in 2017 when the market was running. It was one truncation after the next in the C wave, right? Just relentless the whole way up. It's just impatient market. So while that's abnormal to see back-to-back truncations in the C, if it's an impatient market and bulls are just anxious to buy, you can kind of rationalize it. Okay, could we be doing that? We're going to truncate here and we're going to truncate here? Okay, let's go with it. 1, 2. Well, first thing, out of curiosity, right? Is there any sort of technical pivot there? Lo and behold, right? So now you look at it and you say, well, oh, wait a minute, man. It broke here. Well, yeah, clearly it did. Coincidence? I can't answer it, right? But I know that's interesting. So of course I'd want to see how we look here. Do we at least get 786 or 707? Well, we're 707 in the pocket there. So this is an area of interest. You'd certainly say that. But note what happens here. If you were, no, I'm not sure. Oh, what did we do? We came back and gave it a little check, right? It's a little checkup. Oh, is that going to work? Is that going to hold? Or are we going to roll over? Right. Well, clearly we didn't roll over. So the bull count has got potential. Oh, get out of there. 2. So we'd be going. So this would be, I guess, at the largest degree. This is going to be our 4th, right, James? This will be our largest 4. All right. The big the high. Fuck. Where are you? Way the fuck over here. I can't even get there. Is the 3. This is the 4. Now the 4 here. 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a lot of 1, 2s, right? As soon as I hear myself saying it, I go, that's a lot of 1, 2s. But you got to trade what you see, right? What is the market offering? So this is certainly an area of interest as we come up here. So we got multiple algo targets hitting up here, even though some of them have been invalidated. You're coming right into a set of median lines. You're coming right into the high probability zone for the 3rd relative to this 1, 2. So this will be telling what comes off of that. Would I want to short that? Absolutely not. I would not even think about shorting that until there was more change of structure, right? You want to see something break here, give me a higher low, so maybe something corrective. So there's probably short-term trading in there. Come back to the, test all of this structure again. Now we go back up. That would, right, as we just talked about it, if it's going to break and hold, well, you'd anticipate some of this getting tested a little bit, right? I would just feel better with the buy if I saw it getting tested and holding. Right now, it's kind of like, whoa, it just feels like, it feels thin up here. I could certainly be wrong. So if you're holding out for the trade, let's move this off here. Where's the next trade? Let's do it this way. So, let's leave that here. I'm gonna hide it. Okay, so we know we have a good prospect here. So are you comfortable taking the 4 to the 5? Well, I'd want to see some good subdivision there. All right, so give me at least that. Give me the higher low, or excuse me, the lower high. Take it into the 5. Well, you can certainly set it up. Right, is just the fact that I'm at the 38 enough? I'd probably do this. Bring that over. Would that make sense to come down here and test that? Yeah, reasonable. So risk reward looks pretty good there. So you can kind of tee that thing up. Now you don't know that you're going to get to the 50. So you got to make a decision in here. I'd feel better seeing it come down. Right? I'd have more confidence here. Now we can lower the risk reward. I'd certainly, I don't want to see the 4 go below the golden zone. So you could be really tight on that. So what's your potential there? So let's just go back to let's go second target here, or let's do it this way. Length of the 1, which is from this 1, right? Because we're not talking about finishing here. We're just talking about finishing the internal 3rd impulse here. So length of the 1 from the, let's use the 50. Well, the algo target, that's still 4.5 to 1. Second target, 6 to 1. I'd take a partial here if it was me, right? I'd take some off, put it in your pocket here. Maybe you get a little bit more of a run on that. Well, shit, I mean, nothing says it couldn't keep going. But let's try and put the whole thing together. So if we got 3, 4, what have we done here? The implication would be that we're completing the 3rd of this 1, 2. Which is a little do you see how it starts to stretch, right? So you'd probably, my guess, James, you'd feel the same way. Oh, okay, this is too much in the 3 relative to that 1, 2. I'm not saying it's not possible, but you'd feel like, oh shit, right? That's the 3 relative to that 1, really? I'd be looking to if we get another leg up here, I might be looking for a better solution here, or a solution that would have better wave symmetry. Again, it's not. I mean, if any market can do it, it would be Bitcoin. Even if you went here and just said, well, fuck, okay, it's a 3, but I'm going to call it the 1. It's still, right? It's too far, right? So then I think you'd be looking for, okay, wait a minute, is there a 1, 2 here? Do we need to do it this way? Right? That might be the next place you'd go. I'm sure James would think the same thing, right? Just because that stretch is so far. So down, test the structure, take it up. Reasonable risk reward. You'd have at least 4.5 to 1. Again, why not take the trade? My suggestion is just don't take it just because you're at the 38, right? That's not enough. Give me a little structure to work with, and I'd want to see at least at least give me a lower high. Something to suggest, okay, we're running a little thin up here. We're going to come back, pick up any latecomers. Oh, well, if they were going to join the party, that's where they would likely look to be doing it, right? Test a, right? Prior resistance becomes a support, right? It's not rocket science. Okay, let's see if that plays. This is, well, of course, we'll all be watching this closely as to what comes out of here. Where's this? So this we'd be, Jesus, look at this. Look at the 1, 2 here. Let's put it together. 1, 2. Let's assume we get this. Let's see how far this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's assume we get it here. That's the 3. All right, so we would need 4. Let's just use basic swing structure. Oh, something like that, which is just going to be the 3, which is going to set up the 4. Oh, this would be long. Too much now. So here I'm going to take it out of log scale because it's not enough of a difference here. I mean, I like to use that 2 standard deviations, right? When I break outside of that, right, that's meaningful. But of course, I mean, you don't have to just do it in a straight line, right? I mean, shit, you could do it from here. Right, once it's out of log scale. Okay, now now look what that does. So I'm really banging the edges here of 2 standard deviations, right? So am I really breaking out of this? Threatening it. It's definitely threatening. Four, 5, 3, 4. That would put us up here. But again, now look, that would be the 3, 4, right? It's getting mighty bullish. That would be, let's see how that would play, right? How far gone are we? 1, 2. Oh, fuck, am I in there? Close enough here. Am I on that? Oh, God damn it. Come here. There it is. Okay, so let's pull back. Where would we be? Well, we're not too far off there, actually. Look how that plays. 4, now we're up for the 5 here. Now this is we'd be well past we'd be blowing out the triangle. That's a 1 hour. Let's go to a 3. Okay, so we'd be, this would long be gone, right? We'd be just working on an impulse up here. Where the big hurdles, of course, we got to pay attention to that, right? It's just as we drew it up before, so let's just be precise, right? So here we'd be coming into it right here. We're going to get up here. So this would be a really significant break, right? If we get up, break here, 3, and now we're going. Now we're game on, right? Next target. Where's the target? Right? Would clearly be right here. Can we get through that? Now, just here before I leave this, let's go back to that 8 hour. Right, the initial channel that we drew, right, off of these swing lows here. Oh, you could probably tighten that up just a hair. Here we go. Right, so coming right up in here into that channel. Probably some pretty meaningful resistance up here. So you can kind of see. So at that point, what are you waiting for? Right now, you're just sitting there going, "Oh my God, right? New highs." Wait, so what's next up? No, you look for a 50. All right, that's good stuff, James. Some good ideas in there. So now just a function of how does this unfold, right? The next trade that's waiting for a bull is the retrace from the 3 into the 4, right? To come back, test that structure. Well, that's what I see there. Okay, good. Thanks for that, James. That's that's good work in there. Okay, so I got another one here from, this is FLUX. I don't have to do that. I guess I do it here. Hang on one sec. Okay, I got to make a copy. Okay, and we're going bottom left for flux capacitor. And we are in log scale. And I got a wicked extension here. See how he always does that? He's always looking for the channeling, right? That's a nice trait in his work, right? It's very consistent. He's looking for the range of the channel. Well, it's kind of interesting. Up to the top. Now, having said that, I'm going to hide it. Right, it's just to demonstrate, right? It's constantly be looking for that. Where's the geometry the market's reacting to? Now I'm going to hide that just because I'm going to dig in here to this count. So we have, kind of, so we have range expansion here. We're just doing it with fib numbers rather than quarters. Okay, so I've got range expansion here. This is a little bit of a Monte Crypto technique. So we're coming up 3, 4, 5, all fibs. The count looks solid. 1, 2. Well, you're kind of stuck with that, right? So you got an impulse there you got to deal with, right? So since the shallowness of that retracement, the 3, 4 seems like a reasonable choice. Oh, what are we going to do there? I guess we'll do a 5, 3. So another truncation, right? Impatient market. Well, either that or you're going to go WXY, and this is 1, 2, right? But it doesn't play as well. Oh, I see, right? There's where it gets impulsive, right? So I like that idea, right? So there's some sort of truncation there. Well, this is kind of a bummer. It would have been easier to track this. Let's say if we allow for this as the 1, 2, you really wanted to do that, right? But we don't get it. So do you see how the market is kind of forcing the 1, 2 into this? So if it's not going to be if this is not going to be 4, 5. Could that be? Even if you moved it here, it doesn't finish. 1, 2. Could you make that work? I don't think you can, right? So let's go. I don't think there's anything to correct there. This is just a funky count. So 1, 2, got a raging impulse here. Can't ignore it. A, this could work here. There's a leading diag, right? We want to see it more in an A or in a one wave, A, B, C. Oh, this is good. This takes some knowledge to know how to put this together. Okay, so I got an A wave here via the first 3. So since I go far enough here, I can work with that 3. So now I got to go, well, that sure looks like a 3. W, hard to miss the triangle. X, Y, right? Great work, right? So A, B, C. Once again, truncating the C. Right, this is characteristic of an impatient market, right? Traders aren't willing, traders, algorithms, whatever they are, right? Nobody wants to wait for the market to come down to test the low, right? They're impatient. They want to jump on it. I don't want to wait, right? I'm going to buy it right now. If it comes down, I'm going to buy more. But what seems to be happening is we're getting, oh shit, even if we go up to those lows, right? So it's just a little dip into, so perhaps it's bulls defending. Could be some orders that didn't get filled down here, just getting picked up. Boy, that's look how bullish this count is. Well, okay, so it gets a little off track here, and not his work, just what we would be looking for. So if this is 1, this is 2. All right, so that's not what you hope for, right? So as I look at this, James, what I kind of want to do is make this the 4. And I know it's not there, but I really want this. That's what I want. Because this looks much four-like rather than to think that we're going to go, well, see, this is a valid count, right? So this is more just, it's part experience, part just, okay, the best trading opportunities don't get this wacky. So this would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So just the start alone, right, might make you go, wait a minute. It's not that this isn't a valid count. It's that, is that the count that I want to put money at risk on? I'm not saying it wouldn't be. I'm just something to think about. What's happening up here? Sideways, just range. You can almost say the same thing happened down here, right? I mean, we break a little Wyckoff here, accumulation. Now, distribution or reaccumulation. That's, there's no perfect technique, so that's always the question with Wyckoff. Typically, you're going to have 3 of these, much like an Elliott wave count, right? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, or is this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So there is this reality of it, or it's open to interpretation. Not that that's a bad thing. It just is a thing. I would need more here to take this trade, to take a trade in here, just because everything I just went through. For me, James, this would be watch. I know you like this, right? And there's a good story behind it, but the wave structure here is too funky for me personally. I would just wait. So if this, my guess is this, if you get another leg up here, you're going to end up as a 1, 2, 3. This is going to end up going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 somehow. Oh, fuck, I don't. You might have to come back here, and you may even have to start all over with the count, because this does not look like a 2 relative to that. It just, again, could it be? Yeah, it could be. I wouldn't put money at risk on that count. That's me. But your work is this is masterful, right? To know how to handle that. Very well done, right? So if nothing else, that's a great workout for your Elliott skills. Okay, I'm going to keep moving on that one. Okay, next up, let me go to, I got Grant F. Right, well, I know these will be easy and fast because I know what I'm going to see before I even look at it, because he's so consistent. So let me get a copy going here. Oh, bring in some trads, right? Glad to see not everybody is only blowing crypto today. All right, so I got Google. I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh, how sexy is that? Okay. Is this... Yeah, this is the one I can work with. All right, let's get that off for a second. Oh, God damn, it's unusual for him. I've got no harmonic on here. Not that I need one, but. Well, this is interesting, right? So, already, one thing I like about this is nobody's. Well, I would say you would be in the minority looking to short Google pretty much all the time. Let me pull back. Let's go to a 4. Whew, that's ballsy, but I like it already, right? Just the risk reward. What are we getting here? 40 to 1 out of a golden corner. Boy, all the preliminary work here looks pretty solid. A, B, C, right? I'd agree, right? I've counted this before, so I'm with you on that. 1, 2. What else are you going to do there? These are a little funky here. Well, there's an example of it, right? We talk about, okay, what are we doing that? Is this one, are we doing an A, B, C? Or, I mean, you probably do it either way, right? You probably do it this way. A, B, we're going to truncate the C, right? And Raging Bull. Oh, shit. What do you do with that? I might be inclined to do it this way. Some sort of funky diag, right? Not that it matters here. So look, Jesus, you got to just love it, right? Can't make it up. High probability for the third. Where does it land? Right in the pocket. 4A. This looks like a pretty solid B. Well, it looks like W. Well, let's see. A, B, C, X, A, B, C. So that looks like you got your 4 down here. Oh, you could probably get there. You got a pivot here. I might have gotten there WXY. So there's 4, 5. So that's interesting. Well, okay, so what's the hesitation on that count? Let's pull back out to an 8 hour. Right, the 4 relative to, or the 5 relative to what's come before it. Where is that 1? Oh shit, that's gonna take a little. Here, I'm gonna have to go. Is that, this is you're going for the 5 of the 5 of the 5 here. Shit, I gotta take that up. God damn it, come here. Come on. Oh, why am I not getting that? Am I on the, why can't I change that? What? Here, degree? For some reason, I can't change the degree on that. Are you locked? Is it locked? No, it's not locked. Well, fuck me. I can't get that. Can't get into that. Something is up.
If you double click on it, what does that do?
I'm getting the. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because he's used the text to put that there. He hasn't put the count together. That's why. So that's his major 5. So here, this is what I was trying to get to, right? So it's just, if that's the big 5, let's do it that way. Okay, so I got it now. Okay, so 4, 5. Well, that's a. Okay, so let's look at it this way. So he'd be going from this. This is the 4. He's drawn these. I've done that before too, where you just want to say, oh, wait a minute, that's the 5. Okay, so this is the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's mighty skinny. Even just the passage of time would make me just a little. Well, either way, so if that count is right or not, and that may just be he's saying, well, it's possible that the 5 is up here. Because certainly you could look at this and just, is this being corrective as part of the, maybe the 5 has yet to come over here. So this would be the other side. Okay, what, you know, often you'll hear me say, well, why would you not take that trade? Well, here I would take this comfortably, right? Just because the risk reward is so good, right? The potential to hit that, I mean, it's certainly valid, and there's certainly enough. Well, let's just call it crazy in the background, right? And we've got going through all of the implications of everything that's going on, both in just the global macro environment, plus Fed, plus potential inflation, plus things slowing down. So there's all of that background here, which might say, that's a ballsy call, but I'm with you on the risk reward here, right? So let's not give that a whole lot of room. Because you could pretty much see how this 3, you could probably do this. W, X, A, B, C, Y. It still implies down, right? So all of this being somewhat, okay, what we can really see, we're kind of running out of steam here. Some volatility. Oh, you'd be looking for next earnings, which is, I'm pretty sure they've already announced. Are we coming back to this? So this is just, personal preference, right? If you're comfortable with that risk reward, it's hard not to like it. Very tight risk. I mean, you could do this with options, right? So we after this, options are going to be a little pricey here. So, but if you don't have the dollars to invest in that, you could do it. At least with this push up here, it is a Monday. With this push up here, calls likely a little more pricey than puts. So if I was going to do it, because you want to get maximum bang here, you got to buy right at the money. I'd want at least 60 to preferably 90 days. So you got to park some capital to hold that option. You could buy the puts there, right? You don't have to be fancy here. I mean, you could be, you could sell the calls to pay for the put, and then if it moves, sell the put to pay for the other put. You can get fancy with it, but you don't need to, right? That's a straight directional play. Why complicate it? Often you just make it worse. So what do we have here? Just golden corners. And whether the count ends up that this is the big 5 or not almost doesn't matter, right? This is implying lower prices. Another way to look at this, right? So we've got this range here, bouncing around that range. So if you were looking to be a seller, so if you took that range, there's something we will be talking about here. We release some new content. Here, just do it this way. Let's cut that in half, right? So if you wanted to be a seller, let's sell in the top half of it rather than be selling here, once it's already moved below 50% of it. Right out of a golden zone. They don't set up much better than that. Nice work. Thanks, Grant. Okay, let me keep moving. I'll go to Broadcom. Broadcom, what do we got here? All right, it's very similar. The major players in the NQ are all trying to recover. All right, now I got a harmonic. That's what I was expecting. Got to keep the trad traders intrigued. There's plenty of opportunity. Right into just a perfect Gartley. So these, what's nice is you see how these dovetail into an Elliott count. So you almost, here, this is kind of just what we were just looking at, right, on Google. That same idea, right? It's this, which way do we break out of? So consolidation, here's the rip. Now, this is wider than consolidation. Did Broadcom change their handle? AVGO, did they? Oh, I guess they did. Okay, so I've got 5 down. Not hard. I mean, that would probably not be in dispute, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, kicker in the 5th, right? So there's an impulse. This, yeah, well, let's see. Let's open that up. All right, that's pretty much, we got a little overlap here, so we got to trade this as a diag. So, but it's a 5 all day, right? This would be a force fit. Force fit, right? To try and turn that into a 3. That's a 5, right? This is the 3. Now what do I have here? Can I squeeze a 5 in there? Can I? Does it matter? Do we need it? Ooh, that's some chop in there. That's full blown chop. Okay, where can we? Well, we can. This is a series of 3s, right? So immediately I'm thinking ND diag. So look at all the 3s in here. Okay, here. Well, that looks like a 5. We're straight up. So there's a 5. There's a 3. There's another 3. That's a 5. There's another 3. There's another 3. Now, right. So if I stop right there, what the hell do I have? A, B, C. If I'm going to do a diag, I could go A, B. Right here, I got to do that as a 3, so I could go A, B, C into a 1. A, B, C. Oh, fuck, that's close. I think we're okay there. Yeah, we clear it. A, B, C, A, B. Whoa. A, B, look at the 5 that comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fuck me. A, B, C plays. Oh, this might be easier to do line chart sometimes because of all the, oh, maybe not. All the breaks make it a little tricky here. If this is the 2, so 1, 2, A, oh, fuck, I can't quite get it there. That'd have to be 3 here. Let's just measure it. We got this? Did you do this, Grant? Shit, save me some time. Let's see here. Can I make that fly? How am I going to get that done? Well, let's label it. Let's see if we can make that fly. 1, 2. Well, I can't. It doesn't. I could go ABC here. Remember, 3 doesn't have to be the longest, just can't be the shortest. But if I was working on an ending diag, I might be okay with that. I need this to be pretty close to done right here. So if I'm going to get 3 here, so we got our track. Let's label it here. Shit. My brain is firing faster than my mouth. Okay, so let's get white here. So let's go down a degree. That's what I was trying to do. ABC, ABC. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, fuck. I kind of want to do it here, right? Right, to make that fly. Can I get away with that? I would want to do A, B, C. Yeah, it might be a bit of a force fit. That looks like a pretty good shoot into the 5. A, B, C into the B. That could work. So you're still coming down here. So the expectation is there's one more to come up here to give us the 5 of this diag. So we're trying to finish it this way. 5 to get that done. So you'd have, well, of course, we'd need the overlap, right, to play the diag, right? So you'd need this. to come up here and get you into the pocket there. So the thing that I like about these trades, so if it comes into the pocket here and you get it right where you're looking for it, you get the Gartley, you get the risk reward. Okay, great. All right, now if it doesn't get here, okay, all right, next trade. If it gets here, the risk reward is so friendly, right, that you almost like, why again? I mean, nobody likes to get stopped out, but the risk here is so small here. Even if you stepped into it, what's our price here? 641. So this is gonna be pricey, right? If you buy any size here, so you could do it with options. Just the thing with the options are and here's the danger with options. If it breaks the pivot here, you got to get the fuck out. Because it's very, very, trust me guys, I was an option broker for 10 years. I saw clients do this all the time. It would okay, we would make a plan. I'd say, okay, well, we're gonna agree here. We'll get out if it breaks that pivot or whatever the fuck it is, right? But here's the very dangerous temptation with options. You can say, well, let's give it a little more time. Let's see, maybe it's just a little stop run, right? So that's, they're just taking up, they're just running some stops here. So then it's very tempting to not maintain that discipline, and all of a sudden it starts to get a little further. Now you fucked, right? So where was the mistake? Not sticking to your plan, right? So as soon as I can almost promise you, as soon as you break your plan, right, you break that discipline of not taking this, just closing the option out at a loss. It'll be a small loss, a loss nonetheless, to stick around for a little bit more. If you make that mistake, the market's going to start to grind you. It'll just grind higher and higher and higher. And you're going to learn that mistake the hard way, right? And then you're finally like, oh, fuck, right? You can't take the pain anymore. This is exactly what it'll do. I can almost fucking see it happening because I've seen it happen thousands of times before. You can't take the pain anymore. I'm like, fuck. All right, man, get me out. I mean, I've seen that happen so many times. It's silly, right? So the market will do that to you, right? So which is why the market punishes mistakes. So you got to have that discipline, especially with options. It's more so, right? Because if you're doing it in the stock market or futures or crypto, a stop's going to take you out. You don't have to worry about it. Options, you got time. You could play with it. Makes it more dangerous. That's a good setup, Grant. Again, why would you not take this? If it comes into the pocket here, it gives you that perfect Gartley. If you're looking for a trad trade, pretty nice setup. Okay, let me keep going to PAYX. That's the last one from Grant. Let me copy that link and PAYX. I don't know about you guys, but one thing that my wife and I notice when we go out, my crypto, I imagine you're finding the same experience in Waco. We go to restaurants because we go out to dinner a lot. There are no servers. There are no servers. He's like the guy who was the dishwasher is now the bartender, right? Because they can't find anyone. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that, or I know we've got people from all over the country, all over the world, but I don't know where all those people have gone. They're not there.
There's a ton of signs everywhere saying need help.
Oh, every restaurant I drive past or walk into is hiring. I don't know where all the people that used to work there, I don't know what happened to them, but they are not there anymore. All right, so I'm just digressing while I wait for this to load up here. So here's the exact same thing again, same kind of setup, beautiful TA, right? He always does just great blending of Elliott with the harmonic, right? It's just one more confluence. Look at all the confluence he's tied into this, right? So not only do we have the harmonic, the Elliott count, but now we're going to get a median line tag. So how's the risk reward looking here? 13 to 1, 10 to 1, 8 to 1. So I know you look at that and you go, all right, okay, yeah, it looks great. Right? Have you? So that I would. So if I was having that conversation with you, you're like, I looked at that PAYX trade. I don't know, I'm going to pass. Really? Have you experienced a trade that does that? Because they happen all the time. If you haven't experienced a trade that goes to all three of your targets, I want to encourage you to start looking at that kind of an approach to trading. Because, and Grant would be the first one to tell you this, he gets stopped out at these often. Remember, the idea is not, you hear me say this a lot, and it can be misleading. The idea is not to be right. The idea is to be profitable. You can be wrong way, way, way more times than you're right and be profitable. I'm living proof of that. I'm wrong all the time. I'm wrong so often. It's just part of the game. But how do you be profitable? Because you got to have trades like this to offset all the losers, right? And that's what most traders that are not profitable don't experience. I've gone through this a gazillion times with you guys, right? You've had a couple of losers. Stop. Fuck. And then all of a sudden you get one and you're like, oh shit, I got to take it. I got to take it, man. I got to recover from what those losers. So you had the thing ready to get you well, right? To get all of that recouped, right? To experience this, and you can't do it because you're so concerned about recovering from those first losers. So you just grab it. Oh, winner. Okay, all right, let me try again. And then the cycle repeats. This is a skill that takes time to be able to keep your hand off the mouse and let it get to target. Now, I'm not saying don't take some profit along the way. Don't reduce risk. If it's down here, is there any reason not to do this? Any? No, there's not. Right? And in fact, you could bring it down, lock in some profit. You don't know how far that's going to go. Lock in some profit. So if you get the snapback here, okay. Well, so this is an agreement you make with yourself. Okay, I'm willing to give back some of the profit potential for risk reduction, right? So you make that deal with yourself. Now you've changed your trading plan, right? You got to do a bit of a think on that. Okay, is that what I want to do here? Well, there would have to be a reason for it. Oh, well, I was going to hold that thing, but I saw it come down and bang the golden zone and react. So now I'm a little concerned it might do that. Okay, well, that's a valid, all right, I can understand. Does that fit with everything that's come before? Does that fit? Oh, wait a minute. We're going to go off to new highs here? Well, if that fits, right, you can almost see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, am I going to get a diag here coming out of this? And this is not going to be corrected, but it's going to be part of a 5 that's going up? Well, who fucking knows, right? Nobody knows. So you have to adapt to what the market is giving you, what it's showing you. What do we see? What's happening in the market? Right? Is there a reason to do that? Example, right? If it starts to come down here and it does it like this, are you thinking, oh, shit, I better get out of this? Well, you'd be concerned about it, right? Because what did you want to see there? That. Now, that still could be an ABC, but you're going to be more comfortable with the potential for this. Right, when you see it shaped like that, right? Everybody follow me there? Right, if a nice, even, crisp, clear zigzag into a golden zone, I'm going to tighten. But give me the nice, clear 3. Or pardon me, or the 3 that would look like an impulse. That's a different story. I'm going to let that run, right? Because there's no reason. Give me this one. Right, that's what you want. That's what you're after. So you got to be careful on the retrace here. You don't get wicked out. Or, right, you essentially are putting together the next trade, right? So now you're doing it like this. Say, okay, wait a minute. Do I still like it as much right here? Right? Can I just do the same thing? Well, I made nice money on the first one. Oh, okay. Well, the markets change, things change, shit changes, right? So you can't be static or not be willing to adapt to what the market is offering you. Hey, I got 5 down followed by a 3. I want to go again. Could you not do the exact same thing? Exactly the same as he's done it here. Well, I got a new target. Could be here, could be here. So you got to be able to move with it and then reset up, because this becomes a trade that's completed. Put that in your trading log. Nice trade. Didn't get all the targets. Retrace. I go again. Same thing, right? So you almost don't connect the two because they are disconnected. Now they may ultimately be connected. If this is A, B, C, they maybe stay connected. But in your mind's eye, this has got to be one trade completion. Next trade, independently analyzed. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let me keep going. I got CN Salazar. Wait, we got several. I thought it was going to be all crypto today. All right, we got CN Salazar is giving me, I think this is Yum Brands. Copy link. Okay. Yum. Oh, Yum and Chipotle. That's what he's giving me. Okay, so let's get this up here. What do we got? I got an RSI, EWI. Let's copy that. like this. I'm going to hide the volume just to give us some more space down here. Not that that's not relevant and important. I'm just going to free up a little chart space. Just the same reason I move the indicators. All right, we can always go there last. Okay, this looks pretty sexy. What do we got here, CN? Yum Brands. Okay, well. Oh, so right off the bat, I like it already. So what's the first thing that my eye is drawn to? Right, we finished with a 5. Okay, so I got some sort of a 5 that gets me, all right, because I'm always looking, right? We want to finish in a 5 if we can, right? Whether it's the 5 in the C of a 3, or an impulse, but I want to finish in a 5. All right, so I like it already. So now I come off of that 5 and boom, what do? Golden zone. So I come off that 5, I get another 5. You literally can't make this shit up, right? So then I get a 3 into a golden zone. You know what? I mean, we just do this all day, right? I could literally, you could feed me assets in any type across any time frame. We could just do the same thing all day long, right? It's just, you know, I mean, not that this is the only way to trade the market, right? God, I would never suggest that. But this is certainly a valid way. So when people are saying, this fucking Elliott Wave, right? Yeah, that was good in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 30s. But in 2022, come on, we're hipper than that now, right? This shit doesn't work anymore. It's all algos in here, right? We can't. I will say, right, the shorter the time frame that you're trading, the more directly you're competing against the machines, right? We know that, right? That you take it, you get under 15 minutes, it's you and the machines, right? You get out here an hour, even here 30 and above. Okay, well now the Elliott count starts to really be more meaningful, and you're not changing it every fucking 10 minutes, right? You try and do it on a 1 minute. Oh fuck, that blew out. Oh, got to change that. No. You come out here, especially 4 hours and above. You're not changing them. Something significant has to happen for you to change the count. So out here, we could probably pull back out onto a 2 hour here and say, okay, let's get some perspective. Where are we here? Okay, whatever this is, we can. At least I like that I finished in a 5. It looks like it's pretty technical coming down. He's given. So it looks like we went 707. Oh, are you pulling that? What are you doing here? Well, it looks like 786, 707. I'm not quite sure what you're telling me there, but I like that you're tracking the fibs, right? So the last one here is yet to get target. So, okay, we'd have to be, so where's the current trade? Well, we'd have to be mindful of this. Now, this is a fucker right here because that, you know, it traded here. So, you know, we have to use it because an algorithm is not going to go, well, I don't like that wick, so I'm not going to use it, right? An algorithm is fucking code, right? It's just going to use the last pivot. So, right to the 50, okay, all right. Again, I'm not quite sure what you're showing me. Here's what I see right here. 2 standard deviations broken. Now, look, come here. Broken, and this is very, very common. Broken, now we come all the way back to the edge of it. To last kiss goodbye, right? So we kiss the edge of it here at a golden zone. Holy shit, come on, man. I cannot make this shit up. I can't do it. One golden zone. So I'm coming out of a golden corner. So the idea here, so we know, right? We don't have to wonder about it. I got 80% odds here. But I don't get here on the 1. It's very common to not get there on the 1, right? Which makes you, then you got to deal with, oh shit, right? I didn't get there on the first one, right? You don't want to get there on the first one because then it's burned too early. You want to get here, you know, out here. If it burns too, no, well, but now you got to deal with, oh, all right, fuck. Is that trading principle number 4? Failure to get to the median line equal to or greater than? Okay, well, maybe. Sure, it could be. But we're not going to... Here's what hopefully, if anyone who's listened to me for more than 10 minutes is not going to do. Buy it here. Oh, look how far we've gone. Well, it's probably safe to buy it now. I say that, but I should be serious. We don't do that. That's not the way to approach the market, right? Where's your stop? Here? So where's your risk reward? Right? Oh, yeah, I'm going to buy it there because I'm pretty sure that's going to go that far. Even there, I still don't have 3 to 1. Or you go, well, I'm just going to use a dollar figure here. I'm just going to do that so I could get that 9 to 1. All right, now you're trading your wallet. You're not trading the market, right? So you got to find a balance in there. But buying it, okay, of all the places you might buy it, that would be one of the worst. But I'll give you this one as even worse. I am by no means saying that this couldn't do that. I'm just saying if you develop the habit of buying at those locations, that's going to hurt you over time. And you'll learn that lesson the hard way, right? I mean, I'm trying to spare you learning it the way I did it. Okay, so what do I got here, Cian? I'm looking for that 2 to come down deeper. If I can get it, right? So first question is the 1 in? Are we done? Well, we could be, right? A, B, you know, kind of look, you need that to come down a little more. Let's go back to that 30 that you gave me. Oh, hang on. Okay, so there's a 1. Well, of course, this could be, it's a little ugly in there, but this could be 3, that looks 4-ish to a 5. We're starting on that. So this is, you're not quite ripe in here yet. Maybe that's the pivot. And I think he's noting here, well, this I do recognize, right? So now he's showing how this has been tapping the 707. So now I get what you're doing over here. So now we're into the 707, 786 for the potential. Okay, is there anything there that we might lean into? Well, okay, so I'd be on the edge. You got to look for something, right? So we don't want to just sell it just because we're at the magic number, right? Okay, let's look left, right? Okay, we'll be right on the edge of a high volume node, right? So we know that often we can find resistance here because there is no resistance to here, right? So if bears are looking at that, if we get into this, very probable we go higher. So often you'll see the market pivot right before well, here we're in the low volume node, right? Because there's no trading there. You can almost see the gap, right? There's no trading there. So then to come back down to this kind of a location where you have this glaring high, right? That would make more sense, right? You could say, okay, well now I can kind of see where if size wants in here, where are they going to bury that size? Where it's not going to rock the boat, right? And it's not going to show as much, right? Or they just don't care, right? But here, Yum brands, they'll care. So you'd need this to do, right? If we're not going to get a new high here, I need a lower high, and then let's break this, give me a lower low. Okay, maybe the correction is starting. Well, let's try the 50. Now here, look here, I'd be on the other edge of the high volume node, right? So this would be a reasonable spot because if it goes much further, where's the next spot? Now we're going 786. So a little retrace here, and this 2 is going to look pretty sexy. Oh, let's pull this over, right? Prior resistance. Okay, resistance. So here's the classic. This is just what you want to be mindful of. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, we're testing. Is it safe? Is it safe? Safe. How long was it safe? Not long. Look at that, right? So this is what retail. This is what fucks retail. They see this and they think, holy shit. Whoa, we got to buy Yum brands. Not with any conscious awareness of, wait a minute. Could I be finishing an impulse here? Does that look like, they'd be down here looking, hey, do I have any divergence here? Well, here's some, right? I can see it right here. Oh, fuck, I'm drawing in the wrong thing. Here's a little divergence right here. Boy, that's the Elliott Wave Oscillator designed to show divergence just like that. So maybe, or if I caught this run, I'm going to tighten up my stop a little bit. You didn't get it in the RSI, interestingly here, but this is literally designed to identify 3s and 5s. Down in the 3, right, to the 2 to the golden zone. Right now, we're not to that golden zone. So you're looking for this to come down. Right, we don't know if the top is in. You're kind of hurry up and wait here, which is what I think he's showing there. Give me that 2, right? So could I go golden, right? That's right. That's a gift if you get that. See what I'm saying, right? Could we come down here to this golden? See it all the time, right? It's just software, right? So if we come down here, heads up. Oh, you could probably look left here on this as well. And that would take you to the edge of that high volume node. So you gotta have an awareness. Look across the board. Okay, where might I find support? Where am I going to anticipate resistance? Look left. Is there anything I can key off of? What's happening with the volume profile? If size wants in here, where are they gonna bury it? Is the pattern here something I recognize? Does this make sense? I finished with a 5, I'm starting with a 5, now I've got a 3. I'm in a golden zone with a set of median lines here. Does that make sense? Do I want this trade? Well, not here, I don't. Here, absolutely. Risk reward, right? Same. Right? You guys are getting this, right? I'd like to think. There's the algo target. there's the risk. You don't need, let's say you use 707, right? We'll kind of split the, 707 always kind of splits the distance. Although Grant F gave me the number. There's the exact number that splits that. Oh, I think it was, he gave me the split between the 65 and the, excuse me, 707. Either way, right? You could just, 707 is going to be in there, right? It's going to be somewhere in here. So something like that. Okay, so if I'm going to get that, well, there's almost 8 to 1. Now, once it starts, right, there's the first algo target. You taking profit there? It's tempting. Oh, shit, I'm worried about the double top. You're going to take the profit there? Well, so why would you do that, right? So if this is 1, 2, you're playing for 3. Why are you going to take it there? Oh, I was afraid they might retrace. Okay, well, if it's 1, 2, 3, you're expecting the retrace. So you can't... Well, you can, right? If you want to do it that way, then you're gonna try and trade every swing. Oh, there's the 1. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the 2. Well, you got to be fired to go here, right? Does it make sense to go again, right? Now, because you're still looking for the 3, right? So what you don't want to do is have nailed this thing, have dialed it down to where I got the 5, the 5, the 5, and I'm coming in. I got my first 5, I got my 3, I got my median lines, and then you pussy out here because you're like, oh God, I got a little worried about it. It's hard to do. I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard to let that thing go, but you have to do it somewhere. So you need those trades to recover all the little fucking losers. That is it. But it's very easy to say. I know, right? I get it, right? It took me years to do this. All right, you got to let it go to recover. You got to get those occasionally. The big one, you need it. Right? So if you set the fucking thing up, let it go. Take some profit here, but don't close the thing. Take some profit. You could reload here for more. Oh, I already put some in my pocket. It came right up to the resistance. Got to retrace it. Fuck, you could get another golden zone here. Oh, push, I'm in another golden zone. So what are we doing? Right? It's the exact same trade. Oh, I'm in a golden corner. Well, you better reload here. Now, but look here, you could get stopped out of this one, still be in this one. Right? If this goes a little further, I got stopped out there, so the trade's over. Well, you lost the golden. Could that go to the 786? Sure. Right? One at a time, right? But there's got to be somewhere in your trade journals, got to be, oh, I hit the mother right there. I got all my targets. If you don't have that in your trading journal, you're pulling out too early. What guy wants to do that? I digress. Okay, let me keep going. That's good stuff, CN Salazar. Thanks for that. All right, I got George giving me the Bitcoin Super Bowl. Oh, we got to see that. The Bitcoin Super Bowl count. Sounds like Super Bowl count. There's a good Elliott title right there. You guys know I have to come up with a new title for every single video. It's not easy to do. You can't duplicate titles. We're well over, what are we at, 3,500 videos? That's 3,500 unique titles, and every week I got to come up with a new one. So when I see something, the Super Bowl count or the Super Bowl count, I make a little note because I'm going to need one on Friday. All right, did I do the copy? Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Tarmo Mill. This is as I noted, right? No guys wants to be accused of that. Okay, this is Super Bowl. Okay, where are we going here? Shit, I can't even see it. What'd you give me here? You gave me a 1 hour. If we're gonna be Super Bowl, oh shit. Somehow I have a feeling there's a fuckload of stuff over here. Okay, so let me see here. So just go over last wave count, please. As I have same flat like James independently. Oh, that's good to see. Right, two guys coming up with the same thing, and you just went over this. All elements are in folders. Oh, did you just write that? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if you can do that. If you can change it, I guess he can. Okay, just go over the last wave count. So that's gonna be, what's the last wave count? The 30-minute? Is that what you're after? I'm not sure. Well, let's see. Well, you gave me the 60, so let's go to the 1 hour. So that I'm going to assume, okay, so this must be what you're talking about. You want me to go over this one. So let's hide some of this. I think that's what you want. Okay, so I think, right, if you're watching, George, I think that's what you want. Because that's the last wave count. Okay, so let's look here. So anything that's super bullish, oh, let me go back here. So anything that's super bullish has to imply that well, here, shit, I'll just do it the way Grant F did it. Okay, so, oh, fuck me, come here. Okay, so the 4 is in here, right? So he's going to get there. God, that would drive me crazy. I don't know how you guys do that. It's to not have that subdivision and that color change, that would make me crazy. Okay, so we're going to go A, B, C into the flat here, right? Which flies, right? So I struggle with this here because to me this is such a 3. I really struggle with that. All right, so well, okay, pardon me. We could do it via WXY, right? I would, because I don't think that's a 5. It's just, take it for what it's worth. So we could get there. WXY into the 4. Okay, so flat, whatever, combo, however we get there. So now coming out of that, okay, now let's dig into his 1 hour and see if this flies. Oh, micro B wave is C of a flat. Okay. Okay, so this, I finally, as I said earlier, gave into the compromise here that this was a 4 that was a truncation, right? So that we could work this as a 3. All right, so here's the alternate that you've gone A, B. I think the week before I had it that way, but I don't like this. Anyway, so A, B, C, we come down here. So this is, what are we doing here, George? We're going to have to do that as 1, 2. We'd have to, right? So this would be 1, 2. Oh, what are we doing here? 3. What the fuck? You didn't leave it for me. Okay. So maybe that's in a higher time count. Is that in your 4 hour? Yeah, it is. Okay, so now we're going to go, oh, fuck, how are we getting there? There's 5 up, so I'm going to assume that's 1. I got it. Okay, so we're just missing, so it must be in the next one up. In this? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I'm with you. I'm getting it, George. Slowly but surely, I'm starting to get it. Okay, the way this is all done, right? I should do that more. I don't know why I can't seem to get that done. Okay, so there's the 4. 1, A, B. So that, now it's making sense. All right, so there's the B that you had circled. So this is 887 of the B, right? So you're right. So you can work this as a 3 because you did come back far. Now, see, this is where sometimes this gets a little silly, right? So here, right, it's not exactly 90. Oh, where the fuck is it? Platinum. Okay, so here, right, oh, actually, it looks like we did get 90, did we? Yeah, so we did. So we're far enough, so we're in this range here. Anything up here, this is flat territory for me. I don't care if it gets exactly to 90, personally. I just want to see it break the 887. So we got a flat here. But now this is okay. Remember, so this means we're coming up truncation here, right? Just as we went through this with James, truncation here, back-to-back truncation. Okay, that'd be normal, but we've seen it before. 1, 2. How'd you deal with this? Right, so that's kind of what I was suggesting, because this has gone so far that we might be relabeling here, because James had the 1 here, and I think you might be right there. That now this has gone far enough. So I'm with you. So we just tag the median line, which I'm going to just switch just because I think it's just easier to see, right? So here we just got it. Nice. You nailed that, George. Well done. All right, so, okay. All right, so that's interesting. So I like to see that when members are coming up with the same counts. All right, so, and that's a very tricky count, too. So you guys are all looking, okay, how do we get out of here with a bullish bias? So I'm going to change that to white just so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so 1, 2. Well, that's the one that I think just hit our target zone. It did, right? So if this is the 1, this is the 2. Here's the high probability, just kind of repeating, right? So we get the high probability location for, well, let's see, pardon me. This would be for this 3, but it looks like we're not done here. So maybe that's got 2 or 2618 in it. Maybe we'll get something super bullish. Just out of curiosity. Oh, I didn't want to do that. We're here 1, 2, so it doesn't look like, well, actually the way James counted it, if you're going to put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is, oh, fuck, how are we going to do that? Oh, he went 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, either way, we're right at 1618, 175 of this swing relationship. So subdivision here is going to be open to interpretation until we get the 4, 5, right? And then we can lean into it. Right now, okay, that's a candidate. well, just out of curiosity, how did it look here with the internal? If this is the internal 1 and that's the 2, well, I'll be damned, right? So look, let's see, am I right? Where are we? There's the 127, right? Okay, so here, this would be the second one up here, right? This would be his next one. If this is 1, 2, there's the 1618, 175 of that range. Oh, fuck, here, let me do it this way. Just we see a little bit better. So 1, 2, there's his target, which actually plays pretty nicely. 4, 5, which would give us this 3, 4, 5 if we come out of there. So, right, okay, so this is the technical analysis. Where's the trade? Different skill set, right? Analyst, trader, right? This is the fun part, right? Where it gets more challenging is now, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm going to add money, I'm going to add risk, I'm going to add emotion. How are we going to trade this, right? This is the easy part. Well, it's kind of, this wouldn't be any deviation from what we talked about with James. I want to see this come back down, right? I mean, that you risk letting it run away, but sooner or later, right, there's going to be something like this, right? Come back here and test that structure. Is it safe? Is it safe? And then off we go. So I'd be waiting here. Right now, this is just a slow grind. We're just grinding higher. I'm a retracement trader, so I'm going to just let it grind until I get a lower high. And then I break here and I get a lower low. All right, now we're retracing, right? We could be retracing from 85 grand, but sooner or later, there's going to be a retrace to test some structure. And that's where I'm going to go. And I'm probably going to do it right like this. I would wait. All right, so, okay, wait a second. I'm testing. Now I got it. Now, why would I do it there? Right, you've seen this 1,000 times because the risk reward is going to be so much better, right, than trying to pick the turn. Okay, so I can now control it, right? Because if I think the 4 is in here, why would I do anything like that? There'd be no reason to do that. Right? My assumption is the 4 is in. Okay, if I get stopped out of here, oh, well, maybe I'm going to rethink that. Okay, wait a minute. Are we going lower? Well, then all of a sudden, this becomes a question. Wait, am I going to overlap that 1? Wait a minute. Maybe I come back here and look at this as a triangle. Maybe that triangle is really still going on. Right? These are all the challenges you're going to deal with. But when you're sitting right here, this should be no hesitation. It kind of has to be. If you're going to find it, you can't be scared of it. You've heard me say this before. Scared money never profits, right? Because you're out too early and you won't sustain any drawdown, right? You might think, oh, I'm just going to be super careful in here. You can't. It's like skiing powder. Anyone who's ever skied powder, you can't do it slowly. It doesn't work. The ski won't carve. You have to have speed. It's the same thing in here. You can't be scared in here. You got to if the trade is there, take the fucking trade, but have a stop on it. This should be almost a reflex. Oh, lower low, lower high, lower low, oh, higher low. Oh, now nothing says it can't do that, but I got to take the trade. Where can I create risk reward that's good for me? Not buying it here. That's not good. Now people say, well, what if I bought it here? Look how much money I'd have made already. Okay, all you're doing is building a bad habit. I guarantee there are people say, watch my video on Friday and say, well, fuck, man, if I'd have bought that, I'd be up 5 grand. All you're doing is building a bad habit. Again, I'm not here to give you bad advice. I'm here to give you advice that will let you sustain as a trader over time. You start buying breakouts, it's not a matter of when you blow out your count, or if, it's just a matter of when. Right? Sooner or later, you're going to blow it out. Trying to give you the tools to sustain a career. Took me a long time to build up this kind of discipline. Long time. A lot of times where I would do this and go, well, I don't want to get stopped out, man. I want to be right. Oh, fuck. It's okay. It'll be an ABC. Then we'll find the D, and then all right. It'll work. I'm gonna get the D here, and then we're gonna go E5. It's gonna work out just fine. Let me give that a little more room. Right. I've done that. Been there. Down that road. Trying to spare you. Right. I would be willing to bet there's a few of you on here who have done that. Either I can teach you or the market teaches you. One way or another, you're going to learn the lesson. Okay, let me keep going. That's nice work, George. Other than alternate your colors, man. I don't know how you keep track of it. How do you even keep track of what degree is? Well, you did a little bit here. Actually, you did. All right. I stand corrected. Okay, Zafar with Neo. Man, this must be a big position you've got because this is a reg for you. Neo, and he even put a please on it. Neo, please. He's always polite. All right. So that's better than just NEO. NEO. Can anybody look at this and not think of the matrix? It's kind of hard. All right, let's go. What do we got here with NEO? We kind of been dealing with this and with all of the alts around Bitcoin as well. Is it a triangle? Is it a triangle? Well, it's starting to get threatened here. Well, okay, so you can allow for some overthrow on an E, but we're right at the edge of what would be reasonable. Now remember, you can have a triangle that would have equal highs, right? We could have something like this, but now the C's not getting there, so now this all would be getting pushed over. Not out of the realm. All right, that would imply lower prices, right? So so if this is 1, 2, god damn, what are you doing with a minuscule on that? Let's go at least micro. 1, 2, 3, working on the 4. That looks like a 5. That's almost just exactly like Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So is it a 3 or is it a 5? This sure looks like a 3, right? So very, very similar. Well, if we think about Bitcoin and Ethereum, right, this is where, okay, is this the low? Well, so this is actually interesting. So if you think about Bitcoin and Ethereum, I was saying, surprising, those lows haven't been tested. Well, here they are getting tested. Let's here. Shit, I'm on a daily. Where am I here? Where am I, Zafar? I gotta get I gotta get to a 3-day. Oh. I don't remember it being this wacky. Okay, so WXY. So here's where we're starting. Okay, so we're doing an ABC into an ABC. Wait a minute. Wait. So you got this as corrective. Okay, so that's corrective of... Why are we corrective here? Zafar, for some reason, I've been thinking this whole time that you were long. Why are we assuming? Look at that. Right on that. Probably just a coincidence, right? I'm sure of it. Okay, so why do we have to be corrective here? Well, just it's good to have your eye kind of dial in on this. Okay, are we doing anything? It's a whole lot of sideways. We're not making any progress. Doesn't mean there's not trading in here, but if you're a long-term enthusiast of NEO and its potential, you'd like to see it get out of this range, because all we've done is well, you could make the case here that, okay, well, if we just look at the range and cut it in half, well, if you're a seller up here, right, you're selling in premium, right, you can think of it that way. Well, if I want to be a seller, this is the place to do it. But then we could do the exact same thing, right? So we could say, okay, well, here's the new range that I'm in. Oh, I got James's colors here. So here's the new range, right? If I'm a bull, well, I want to be a buyer down here in this half of it, right, for the potential to break those highs. Shit, I gotta get that. I gotta get back to mine. Oh, default. How about that? Okay, so let's get that out of here. That's my channel. Well, I think my. Aren't you long here? Zafar, I could have sworn you were long. So this is kind of where I'd be leaning. Long ass correction. And maybe there's more history here than on, well, probably not on Phoenix. I'd be kind of thinking that. What's wrong with this here? So we're just not doing anything, right? So where's the opportunity? Okay, so if you could get in anywhere down here, that's going to be a little more interesting. So okay, maybe this makes sense here, but I can't say I love this count. Okay, all right, I see what you're doing here. So triangle X. I think you're making it more complicated than it needs to be, right? We could probably just call this. All right, can we okay. When in doubt, when you get like, oh fuck, what is going on here? Can I simplify this thing? Can I simplify this? Complexity is not always better in trading. Not always. Let's go back to the daily. Well, he wants to be a buyer, right? But he's going to let this play down here to get better pricing. I may not agree with the broader count, but I like the idea of being a buyer down here. So whatever we got here, That's B or X, right? It's a triangle, or so, or 4, or so. I'd probably work that as a 3. So A, B. All right. I'm not being critical of your work. I'm just looking at the assets, saying, is this the place you want to be? You must have money parked here, right? Because there's a regular post that you give us. What do you do with that? Well, where are we in that swing structure, right? So here's the last move I got. Let me get the. So we're at the 38. Okay, not crazy. This could be, oh fuck, this could be, well, it's not going to be ABC, right? Because if that's 1, 2, this is going to blow the doors off here, and we're going to go up. But it's a reasonable spot for a 4. Where's your 4? Here, for this 4 to be in here. Note, right, it's easy to go eye blind to it. Where's the Vegas wave, right? Where's the 233 relative to the well, this is the actual Vegas wave. 233 is above it, so we haven't flipped over, right? Here's where we flip down. You got this resistant. Well, all right, like you got this to get through. Oh, fuck me. Come here. You got that. You're going to have to get through that before this starts to break down, because you could go up here and ping that. Now you're focused on the 1. Oh, am I overlapping here? And you don't want a 4 going that far. You don't. So if this starts to push higher and alts are going to start to go so far, I think you might have to revisit this count. Now, could we be done down here? Well, it's kind of like ETH and Bitcoin. It's like it's an ugly start, but maybe it's just what the market wants to do here. It's a lack of patience, right? So when you're looking at it and going, that's an ugly start, doesn't look right, I don't want to go balls deep on longs, right? I'll wait until I go, oh, okay, now, all right, it was an ugly start. Some sort of fucking diag got me started here, but once it breaks, okay, well, now we can all get bullish, right? Now I know where I am. Until then, I don't want to commit size until I see the thing start to take a little bit better shape and it makes more sense. Here, I guess I'd be inclined to be with you here, thinking one more down. Is there any? Well, you can see the same here. It's almost identical, right? You have the same problem here as you do in Bitcoin. It's just at a different location, right? So Bitcoin, it's coming from the pivot up the very high. This sure looks like a 3, and already it's a little problematic. So with this section here that I kind of lean into as an ABC, can we make that as the 5 of the 3? No, it's a bit of a force fit. It's a little forcey. Is there an alternate in here? You'd have to do it this way. That's how you'd have to do it. So that takes me right back to where I just was. Is that the start we're going to have for a raging bull alt season? Is that it? Might be. It's not the one that I would, again, be putting size on. Maybe this is a green banana to me. I could see it. Well, that's one other thing we could check here. Oh, well, if we're gonna trade it that way, I'd pull it from here. Just looking for the swing extremes. Not quite there. Let's see how the algo looks like. You might have had it here. If I go secondary, Jesus Christ. Coincidence? Probably just a coincidence. Probably. I'm sure of it. Only shown it 35, 40,000 times. I don't know. We kind of lost track. Didn't quite get the median line there, but boy, that algo target is hard to ignore. So that's the dominant high to the retracement low to the high here right in the pocket. Algo target to the tick, right? So okay, so now all the more you think, okay, is that the C? Is that the C going in off of just another measured move? Well, this is going to have to really get legs here because this would have to be some sort of, Jesus, it's a diag, or maybe that's the one, and we're going to do an ABC and truncate here like has been implied with Bitcoin. This is going to be one ABC. We're going to truncate the C because we got an impatient market, and this is going to need to come out of here mighty strong as a big 3 for this to be 1, 2. I wouldn't be ready to go there yet. Well, even the subdivision. So let's say that that's the count. Well, the next thing, I'm on a daily. Next, I'm down to the hourly saying, okay, can I get out of here? Would that work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so, but you see this, you see me talk about this a lot, right? So this is one self-contained unit. This is a wave. This is the correction of that wave. This is the next wave. So what I don't want to do is try and connect these two. So is this 1, 2, 3, 4? That sure looks like 5. Does that fit? Well, if this is a truncation here, and this is going to be BC. God damn. You could do it. You'd have to do A, B, C. You could do it. I can't say I love it. That's clearly a 3. That's broken golden zone here. I can just eyeball it and tell you that's broken. Right? We looked at that. Right? So that's 786. This looks impulsive. Well, you probably got some resistance here that... Jesus Christ, that's so annoying. Probably got some resistance up there. So if I'm in this, I'd look for some geometry. What else, right? We're constantly looking. What's there? What's going on? What else? What could I find there? Can I go original here? Well, I could have a long way to go to that median lineup. Well, look where that lands, up at the golden zone. But if he's trying to hold this as a 4, so you really don't want this breaking, right? If we're going to try and go for equal highs here in this triangle, A, B, C, D, E. I think this one, I'd be watching here. See if can this really get, God damn it. God, that just drives me absolutely fucking crazy. Something like that. But I'm watching here what happens. I wouldn't be ready to do anything. But if this came back and it came back in a 3, I'd be much more interested. Play off of that edge of the value, try and get that to roll. Okay. Let me keep going.
Hey, on CN
Salazar?
Salazar,
Yeah.
you did Yum. He actually had 2 others on that same link.
Oh, really? Okay, I can go back. Here, hang on. I thought
Yeah,
he wanted Yum. I saw the other ones and I thought, oh, maybe this is restaurants in general.
So if you see his in the parentheses,
Yeah.
so you just change the symbol on that link,
Oh, okay. So
and then the other one should come up.
okay, give me a sec. Okay, so that's a different way to do it. Just change that
one
symbol.
link and then just type in.
That might be a better way to do it. So now I'm just going to type in Chipotle.
Yeah, so it would definitely work on stocks, but it may not work on crypto just because you have to guess which exchange.
Different exchanges, yeah. Well, so this is what he wants here. Okay, what did you give me? I think you gave me hourlies. I got to pull back here. I got to see where we are. Okay, and I'm just going to hide that. All right, how are we doing on time? Oh, shit, I'm running long. I'm a chatterbox. Okay. What's our big... Jesus, where are we going here? Let's get out to it. Oh, it's just an equity. We've got to go to the daily. I guess we got to be in log scale. Well, I don't. There's no Elliott count here that's just screaming at me. Something impulsive, some mighty deep. Well, Chipotle. Oh, wait a second. Is this? They haven't changed their fucking name, have they? So why is this? Do I have the right? CHPT.
Is it charge point? Is that
for some reason I was thinking he wanted Chipotle. I was thinking restaurants, so I was thinking he wanted Chipotle. So maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it must be right because that is the symbol he gave me. I was thinking restaurants, Yum, Chipotle. So my bad. Okay,
Gotcha.
Apparently I'm hungry. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we got here. I don't know anything about what these guys do, but this actually let's focus on this. This is something we're seeing more and more. So here's a break. Here's a close above, but we are starting to see wicks go through these. So this is becoming, it's not the best kept secret anymore. So you're starting to see wicks go through and then the market go to target. So mindful of that. Here we get a close above. So that's a definitive break. Oh, this looks like it's probably good. Yep, to the tick. But, oh, God, look at that one. Golden zone. There's the 65 to the tick to the second target to the tick at the outside edge of the median line. Just can't make this stuff up. Can't do it. Oh, by the way, look what this one, where we first pinged here. Right? The swing high to low, golden zone, golden zone. First target, pause, second target to the tick, reaction. Right? I can short 1,000 times, right? It's how the market moves. It's not why it moves, it's how it moves, right? Always, right? There is no market, no chart, no nothing, zero time frame, no asset, nothing you can put in front of me where I can't find that 10 times. It's always there. All right, let's see. So, well, okay. So right off the bat, why do you want to be a buyer here? Well, so let's just look at it here. So we got swing. I got lower high. Barely, right? I can understand why it pings here. Lower high, lower low. Now, do I have enough here to say, whoa, we've changed that structure? Monty, I hear you laughing in the background. We haven't had enough. Hadn't had enough yet. Do we have enough? Right. So how do we change that structure? Do I know? Okay, the trend has changed. Well, okay, I'm getting some signs of it. Where's the first sign of that? Down here. What's the first thing that happened, right? That suggested, oh, maybe this time to turn around. Oh, I didn't get a lower low. Heads up. Oh, got a higher high. Oh, didn't get a lower low. Oh, got a higher high. Oh, all of a sudden, hey, maybe I got something to start here. But I got a big pivot I got to get through up here. And it was technical. It's an algo pivot, right? That's the one that went golden zone down. Right. Okay, so what is this? This is a second. I'm going to hide that one. Oh, you got a lot of gold. Okay, so I see where we are. Okay, so we got to the outside edge here. We're through this one. Okay, so I'm going to, since we're now thinking bull, I'm going to hide that one too. I know it's over here. Right, here it is. All right, so I'm going to hide them if I need to bring them back. Okay, so now we're coming. So we've broken these. So let's get that off. That's just POC. So it looks like we're going to. Oh, so it's either, I see what he's doing. So it's either an ABC or we're going into a diag here. Oh, no, we wouldn't have to be a diag. So we could go, we've got a diag to start it, AB, right? So here's the higher low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see why you're doing that. Okay, so you're going to go ABC, right? I got it. Okay, so you're going to do it that way so you can get your 3 structure. We're just to the 618. Oh. What is that? That's that one. I got it. Okay, so that's from the low. So this is the other one. I'm just put mine on there. Okay, so I can see it. Okay, so we just come up. So if it's 1, 2, how are we doing it? So we're doing it this way. There's the 1, 2. We just are hitting the 618 here for the possible 3. Oh shit. Did we clear that? We didn't. Okay, so you see what we ran into right here? All right, we got overlap. So, well, he does have the alternate here. Here's the alternate here. This is corrective. So this is going to be A, B, C. We're coming up here, so it would not be crazy to have the C go 1618, the length of the A. So we can't do it as an impulse. So we got to go to, let's go down to a 4-hour. Let's see if we can make that fly on the bull count. So I'm going to take that off. And I know these are there, so I'm just going to move them for a sec. So here he's giving us 2 counts here. So could be corrective, right? And we know we're just hitting. 3 can't be a diag, so it must be an ABC, right? So, well, let's see. Let's think about this. Can we get, that's kind of the fucker right in there. Let's go to an hourly. See here now we can see why he's done it that way. Well, let's check that diag. All right, it looks like we might have a little struggle here. Maybe not, right? So I know he would have checked these, so I'm just checking for my own sake here. So we're good there. So 3 is longer than 1. But are we good here on 5 longer than 3? Okay, so we got 3 longer than 1, but 5 shorter than 3. So we don't have a leading or a contracting. So we're a little fucked on that, right? So, but in terms, being a purist, okay, well, that sure looks like a 5. So I might go here. But now, what do you do with that? Is that a 3, right? Is that a force fit? Well, kind of. Let's look at it. Could this just be corrective? God, we're kind of stuck with a 5 there. Well, there are times where it's just not going to give it to you, right? It's just not going to be there. That's a pretty harsh toke. So here's what I would do. If it's me and I'm determined to trade in here, I would start the count right here. I don't know what happened here, but I'm not going to let it change my bullish enthusiasm here. So maybe we truncate here. Maybe this is part of corrective activity here, but this is where the Elliott count starts to show. This doesn't quite work as a diag. It could be corrective. Oh, just out of curiosity. I would be, well, so right off, so let me be very specific. Right off the bat, because of that, I wouldn't trade this. But as an analyst, okay, is there something here I can see that might be worthwhile? Well, already I don't like this because I don't get an impulse here. It's not that I need an impulse here, but I had the start of an impulse. So now I'm already thinking, as he's saying, okay, this must be corrective. To start the bull count here, it probably plays better to, can I even do it? I'd be more inclined to put the 1 here and play it that way, since we've blown up the potential impulse to start it out with, and that looks like that's going to be technical. Oh, you might have to live with that. It's just not quite a diag. Any better over here? Not really. Okay, a little front run on the 50. I could live with that. But this is going to need to go, right? If we're going to try and stay on the bull count, we need to be up here. But what he's suggesting is that it's corrective, right? Because we don't get a good diag, right? So he's actually leading right into the same conclusion that I'm coming to. This is not, we've got so many things to trade. Why would you try and deal with something that you can't? I don't know what's going on here. Immediately, right? So if I'm already this far in, this next chart already gone. Why fuck around down here? Unless you're in it and you're like, oh fuck, now I'm in it. I got to figure out what the hell's going on here. Well, okay, so we probably got, this is a. You could make a case here that this is longs coming back to pick up here. So maybe we went out of here enough. Right? Could potentially, right? This is bulls defending. It's possible, right? I just wouldn't trade in here, because I don't like the price action here enough. See, and I would just stay out of here. So if you're not in for whatever reason that you were looking here, so maybe if the fundamental story was better, I'd keep an eye on this. But I don't like it enough to trade it myself, right? And I see you're already saying, oh, this must be corrective. So if it's corrective, that implies that all we're going to do is just carry on, right? Because this algo works in patterns, right? We're just going to come back right back up here, and next target would be right down here. And then you'd likely be here. How would we'd probably just turn this into an ugly ABC. We'll have to do it this way. Something along these lines here. Already I don't like doing that, because I don't want to do it that way. Right on the edge here, up to that. I could live with that. Oh, you probably get some resistance here. The market paused here before we went down. Look at the high volume here. I wouldn't give that a lot of room. I just wouldn't trade it. It's why, right? There's too many things that are better. Okay, let me try the last one here. So EVGO, which is, I know what that is. EVGO, I want to say it's some sort of electric car. I can have my head up my ass. I'm not sure. Okay, so so we're going to, you're giving me did you give me an hourly? Let's go to a 4. All right, well, we got a pretty good base down here. Oh, I guess you're kind of stuck here because we broke the low, so this is where we start. This almost doesn't matter, right? Okay, so we're starting here. Now, when I say that, if we do this, right, it's going to matter. But right now, does it matter here to try to interpret any sort of long activity? No, it doesn't matter. Right? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. All right, let's go to the 60. It doesn't matter until this low gets broken or threatened. Ugh. That kind of shitty start. That sure looks like a 5. I'm going to be even... Well, it's interesting choices, right? These are tough choices here because nothing is giving us a clean impulse. Well, you could trade it as an ABC and for a possible diag. That's one possibility here. You can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't do that because this is a 5. That's not a 5. So 1, 2, all right. So because that's a 5. So then maybe you could sneak out of there with a 5, 3, 5 diag, but. Okay, you'd have to dig a 5 out of that, 3 out of that, 5 out of that. That probably works as a 3. You got 5 out of that, but you're not rolling over. Yeah. Can't say I like this one any better. But just out of curiosity, are we technical? All right, signs of it. Curious how he looked here. There's that's a wick break, so I wouldn't want to use that. I might use that. See, already it just feels like this is being force fit. That looks like a 4-5, so that looks like that looks good here. So this is one of those ones that's just frustrating, right? You can't quite get it to work because you're getting so much overlap. You kind of want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of what I want to do, but it's not letting me do it. Or 2, we might be able to sneak it in that way, but that looks like a 5. So that looks like a 5. Oof, brutal. Well, all right. Let's just say you went with this as a 1-2. If we're going to hold the impulse, right? The 4 can't be here, so it'd have to be here. So you have to dig an impulse out of this. Oh, that has to be the. Oh, God damn it. Let's see. Let's go down to a 15. Can you tell I'd already be gone, right? If I was looking for trades, I'm already gone, right? Why struggle? Seriously, why struggle? Unless there's some big reason you want to be long here, why struggle with something? I wouldn't. I'd already be gone. Maybe I have to truncate here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be the way to fix that. A, B, C into the 2. Truncation is a last resort, right? Just like Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can kind of, okay, let's go with it. Let's see if we can make that work. Then do we clear it? Let's just double check. Do we get that? We may not have. Oh, come on, get on there. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. If you hold it down, it'll get squirrely. Well, it looks like we hold. Okay, so you could put the 4 there. Can't say I like that. No, let's not do that. So that have to be the internal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. A, B. We're going to truncate here. Can't say I like that either. Double top 5. I mean, there's so much not to like here. I suppose we could consider this completed, but now you're expecting a deeper retracement. Get out of there. A, B, that actually may be what plays better. So look what I've had to do, right? So I've got to truncate the 5 here to make this fly so I can get that, so I can get a decent impulse to come out of here. I don't know that that's done because this could be 1, 2, but then it would be 1, 2, right? It's already starting to look like, oh, maybe I got an A, B, C, D, E. I got a triangle in here, so maybe the 4 is over here. That might solve some of that problem. Just out of curiosity. I don't like that going that high, but I could live with it. Little triangle action come out of there, maybe, right? So when in doubt, right, that should be the first thing that pops in your head. What the fuck is that? Oh, triangle, right? So could I make the triangle work? Well, you're on the edge there, right, of these. You got a double top at the high. I might let that slide, not being a hardcore purist, right? Purist, not going to like it. Oh, why do I have that extending? I don't want that extending. All right, that's good enough. Okay, maybe you sneak the 4 in here. That'll lets this thing fly to the 5. Okay, maybe. Is it still corrective? Okay, well there, I could get on board there. All right, because you could use this pivot here as a if this starts to come down, then all of this is all wrong here. So I got the RSI. Everybody's looking bullish. What am I on? I'm on a 15-minute, so I could live with that. All right, if I'm really hungry to get long in EVGO, 11 to 1. I don't want this trend line, and so a trend line always, that's going to be the potential bait here to go grab some liquidity. But if this starts to go a little further, so you kind of tuck yourself into this. I get a little further, get that little retrace here. We're trying to come out of here, right? What are we after? We're after a 5 here. If this count's going to hold. Maybe you take it that way until it's 11 to 1. One last piece. Is there any geometry here we could work with? I might do it this way since that's the higher pivot. Got a good target up there. That's a pretty big one. It might be too much. So you might be thinking 1, 2. All right, so if you're going to stay with this, and if you put on a full-blown campaign on this, right, I'd be looking something like that. All right, did we get all of his? I think we did. But that's how I would leave that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Okay, so where did I leave off? Crypto Mountains. Okay, we're running long here, so let me get this. I always start one of these. Okay, we're going to be tight on the time today. I'm going to nail that 2 hours. We're not going to go. I never can do it. And every now and then, my crypto will be nudging me along. Stop talking, get to the next one. He sends me little DMs. All right. This is Woo Wonka because I recognize the... Oh, wait a minute. Is this This is Crypto Mountains. Okay, you guys must be sharing charts here. I think that's Woo Wonka's color scheme. Maybe it's Crypto Mountains. I thought it was Woo Wonka's. His is a little funkier. Okay, I like the color. I like the... Why not? Okay, so what do I got up here? I want to get that volume off just so I can work with the chart. Okay, I'm in log scale. I got a 4-hour on ICP. I'm gonna come back here. What are we doing here? That looks negative. All right, so we'll come back to that. I'll come out. Okay, so I got one monster. That's some Monty magic right there. Look at how that's holding. It's beautiful. All right. Okay, well, just right off the bat, just let's keep it simple, right? Swing, retrace, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I don't break structure here, but what changed? Right? I didn't get a lower low, right? So, right, if there's going to be a trend change, right, that's where it starts. This sequence. Oh, all of a sudden, maybe we got a turn here. Okay, so because of that, and I love that you put that on there, but I'm going to hide it just for our purposes here. Oh, look at it. Can you tell it wants that median line? What do you think the odds are it doesn't get there? see just pretty slim. Now that's a deep retracement, right? This is not a golden corner, right? Not every corner is going to be a golden, right? But still, I wouldn't bet against that 80%. Lovely little ABC got you down here, right? It's not hard, right? Simplify when you can. Is that a 3? Is that a 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's a little funky, right? You got, it looks like it's a diag, but it's not, right? So you got a full impulse there. 1, 2, you just got a skinny little 5, right? So you got a nice impulse out of that. So 5 followed by 3. God, if only there was some pattern that had been established that I knew what to do there. He said sarcastically. It's almost even better down here, right? So what was your risk reward there, right? So you got to think in this term. Right? Okay, if I'm a buyer down here, what is retail thinking down here? Oh, fuck, we can't buy that, man. Look, this thing's just relentless downtrend. I can't buy it. I can't possibly buy it there. But here's what retail's thinking. Oh, well, I can't buy it there, but I could definitely sell it there. Oh, look at that, man. We're going to break those lows. Oh, we're going to 0. I could sell it there. That would be perfect. I don't want these pivots, right? That overlap here. Careful around that. All right, so you don't, this is, if you were a buyer down here, what's the risk reward look like? There's 9 to 1, and you're just coming back to the prior high, right? Now you start thinking, oh, if this is 1, 2, what's my target? 618. Can I get there? Well, does it make sense? Whoa, look, again, I can't make this stuff up, guys. Oh, I wasn't sure. I was a little uncomfortable. It looked like it was going to go, so I'm going to just wait. Okay. Did you do it? Did you do it? Because he fucking gave it to you right there. That's what you wait for if you're sitting on this thing watching the chart, Come on, man. Come on. Just give me a little retrace. Just give me a little one. What happens to most people is they go, oh, or, of course, it can happen in the middle of the night. You're away from the chart, whatever. But god damn, they fucking gave it to you beautifully. What's the only thing that can make that any sweeter? If I get it right on there. I cannot make this shit up 30,000 times. I don't know how many times we've shown that. At 3,500, it's got to be. I can't make it up. I can't make that up. I can just show you over and over again until you finally go, okay, I'm starting to get this. I'm starting to get the idea here, right? So I got to think in risk reward. Okay, I got to have targets. I can't just get in and go, oh, okay, well, shit, it's taken off. Okay, let's see where it goes. Okay, do you think professional traders do it that way? No, I don't know. Let's take a trade. I'm kind of bored. Trust me, I have done that. Shit, that was my job when I was a broker, right? Adult entertainment. Hey, Sam, what's moving today? Oh, man, these fucking beans are on fire. Have you seen wheat? Holy shit, right? That's right. Somebody with a dull job. My job was to provide entertainment. You don't want to trade that way. You want to trade deliberately, professionally. What's the risk reward? What's the game plan? What's the plan B? Where am I out? Where do I confirm the count breaks down? What are my targets? Where do I have 3 targets? What kind of size am I putting in? How does this relate to my account? How does this relate to my trade plan? That's how a professional approaches it. What does the average crypto trader do? Well, fuck, I read something on Twitter that I need to get into ICP, so fuck it, I'm long. Be thankful that they're out there. There are people that do that. Because they have no fucking idea what to do. When the market goes against them, something runs away, they don't know what to do. Thankfully, there's always, well, let's say it the right way. There's always new people that lack experience coming into the market every day in droves. Right? We need them. Because they don't know that that's there. They don't know that there's 80% odds to get there. They don't know that that's a 5 followed by a 3 and there's an order block down here. They don't know any of that. They're just on Twitter going, well, shit, I don't know. It's ACP. I don't know. It looks like it's something good. I don't know. I read somewhere my buddy of mine made money in it, so I'm long. That's the majority of crypto trading, sadly. All right, let me keep. Oh, I got Wu Wonka. Whoa, we're going to Bitcoin again? Well, let's see what Wu Wonka's thinking. And then I got Al Nawahi. That's how I say it. Al Nawahi. There's Wu Wonka, where that's right, where he puts it on top. All right, he likes to be an original. Some people do it that way. I just am such a habit. The advantage, right, you can see more. There's an advantage to doing it that way. All right, what are you thinking here, Wu? Whoa. little entertainment. Good liquidity. You are very right. That's what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about this being unchallenged. It just leaves you going, really? That's gonna go untested? Really? It might. It might. Okay, so you're giving me what are you giving me here? 2 counts. Are they both bear counts? I guess they are. So I'm getting two different counts. Where do you find that? All right, so so this is Bybit history, obviously, right? So we're not right, and this is, we've looked at that on the larger chart here. Actually, I think it's down here, right? But there's a little pause. I think he's referencing there's an order block in there. Okay, so WX ABC, right? Perfectly valid count. Perfectly valid. I mean, it sets up, right, with what's happening right now. Boy, is this a well thought out, perfectly valid approach to the market, right? On a daily, if you're looking big picture here, perfectly valid, right? And logical. Oh, all right. The wild card is Luna buying, $1.25, 125 million a day. That's going to push the market. But even with that, we're not getting the rip roaring boom boom. We're not getting that. We're getting kind of a slow little grinder up. Okay, so how are we getting there, Woo? So this is so we're just working on the B. All right, so he's keeping it simple, right? So fuck the triangle. Let's make it as simple as we can. WXY. Is this a valid W? Well, sure, right? And we know there's liquidity down here, as he's noting, right? So good W here. That's certainly a good X. This is just force of habit. I'm going to do that. All right, so good X up here. There's a decent A, right? So I will be shocked if I have to come back and count this as a 5. That's a 3 to me all day, right? So 3, 3, 5. It's perfectly valid. That's a good count, Woo. That's really nice work. He's using the triangle, right? So we looked at this, right? Oh, let's see where. Well, okay, so he's keeping this as a 3 here rather than truncate. So he's going to go A, B. It's a little. Oh, pardon me. He's going to do it in a 5. So we're going to go A, B, C, D, E. Now we're off into the B. That's nicely done. Very good work, Woo. Very good. Now it is a squish to get that into a 5, right? So there's the conundrum, right? You see it. So now, of course, it's easier to just go fuck it, A. Well, if you got to work through the subdivision, this is what can force you into, oh fuck, do I have to truncate that? Well, per this count, see, you're compromising one way or the other, right? Either you're going to compromise here and say, all right, well, okay, I can do it this way, right? You're compromising, right? Market forces compromise. You're going to do this. Oh, okay, there's my 5. Maybe, right? Or you truncate here. Well, here's a workaround. A, right? So he can use so he doesn't have to truncate here, but he's squishing, right? That's a force fit, in my view, right? It's a force fit to turn that into a 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, pardon me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the A. 3 into the B. I'm on a daily, right? Sure, I'll just let it fly. 1, 2, it's easy. Now, one thing to note out here, we were talking about this earlier. Look how much easier it is to nail the Elliott on a daily than on a 5-minute. Where you're going, oh fuck, what if you're down on a 5-minute, what are you doing here? What is that? Right? I mean, now you're like, oh fuck, is that a diag? I don't know what that is, right? So there is advantage, right? So the Elliott is always, 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 always easier to spot and read and predict and work with 4 hours and above. Right? So here we are on the daily, pretty easy. So on the daily, whether this is a 5 or a 3 almost doesn't matter, right? You gotta dig in there, right? But to call it an A, you're implying it's a 5. Triangle B. Into the C. Where are we looking? Well, even if it was a triangle, right? You could still play this as a triangle, right? Because if this is the B, C, D, E, right? You can see, right? So if this is A, B, see where are we looking for the D? High probability location for the D relative to this retracement here from the D to the B is the highest probability, is the golden zone. Right, so that would be A, B, C, D, E off. This is just a simpler read. Why? Right? So always there's risk anytime you go into a triangle, right? And you don't have the D, and you don't have the D yet. Really, you're predicting the 3 and the D and the 3 and the E, and you don't even have the D, right? It's always a bit of a stretch to predict a triangle until you got the fucking thing in front of you, right? It's always a little bit. But what this is very triangle-like in that it's so unclear. When it's unclear, first thing in your head, oh, am I looking at a triangle? Should be the first thing that pops in your head. What the fuck is, triangle. Oh, now I get it. Oh, A, B, C, D, E. Oh, it worked. Oh, fuck. And all of a sudden it unlocks. It's literally like that. It's like, where's that fucking little piece on that Rubik's Cube? I can't get the fucking thing. Oh, there it is. Got it. Oh, then the whole thing opens up. Oh, A, B, C. Well, it's kind of that. Now that's analyst. So how's the trader approaching this? Where's the trade with good risk reward? Well, he's teed it up for you right here. How's that? Well, let's assume we're gonna get the median line. I don't know. It's only 7 to 1. Let's get it right on there. What are you going to give it, right? Do you need to give this much more room? Because if this is if we're going high, well, we don't want to give that much more room. Partly the high. This is if the algo doesn't fire here, right? You've lost all algo resistance, right? So you don't want it. You don't need to do this. We break here, probably game on. You've lost the. There is no. This is the highest pivot. That's the last stand for the sell side algo. Last stand, right? So why would you need to do this? You don't shit. That would be just self-inflicted. You're just putting a loaded gun to your head. Why would you do that, right? You could do it right here, right? So okay, now okay. Also, if I'm up here, I'm gonna give it plenty of room. I'm a bear. Yeah, I like those 1.56 to 1 trades. Those work for me. No, come on, be silly, right? 13 to 1. That's what you're looking for over and over and over again. Now you could have 10 losers in a row. Right, on the 11th one, can you take it? Can you pull the trigger? That's the challenge of trading. Fuck, man, 10 stops in a row. I better give but don't do this. I just took 10 stops in a row. They were small, but they keep fucking getting me, so I'm going to give it more room. Do not do that. They want you to do that. Oh, give it plenty of room, right? You got to take the 11th and 12th and take it on the 13th. Because that will get you well through all of it, right? How many of those can you take if you get that? A whole lot. That's the piece that most people miss in trading, right? It's the core to the whole thing. Again, you do not have to be right more than you're wrong. You do not. Don't think that way. Expect to be wrong more than you're right. It should be your first anticipation. Okay, well, I'm assuming I'm going to be wrong. So where am I wrong? Where do I know I'm wrong? Well, if they break that golden zone, I'm probably wrong here. So why do I want to do this? You don't. You don't want to do that. Now, if you at the 13th time you take 12 stops in a row, okay, maybe you're going to wait for the retrace. Maybe you're going to, okay, fuck, all right, let me get a break of structure here, something. Okay, well, let me get this to break. All right, now we retrace here. Now I can take, well, you still got to be disciplined about the stop, right? You can't do that. It's too much. You got to be disciplined. Right? You got to maintain that discipline because sooner or later, if you just will fucking do it, you're going to get one of these. You will get it. If you set it up like this with median lines at the right location at an algo pivot, you're going to get one. You will. Let it go to target. Right here, this is, Jesus, man, I just took 12 losers in a row. I got to grab it while I can. That's the fucking, that's what does you in, right? You don't let it go to target. And then it's here. Now it's almost even worse. Oh, motherfucker, I had that thing. I had it teed up and I was such a pussy. I didn't let it go. Right now you're doing all sorts of self-damage. Right now it's just you against you. It's hard enough, you against the rest of the market. Everybody else in here is trying to get their hands in your wallet. Now you're going to add yourself to the competition? Let's not do that. Okay, I got to finish up here. Shit. All right, let's go to Al-Wanahi. What are you thinking? I don't even know what the asset is. What do we got here? AVE. All right, we'll wrap it up here. AVGO, this looks pretty straightforward. Okay, come on. 2 hour. Okay, well, let's keep it simple. All right, so this should start to, okay, swing, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower, equal lows, double bottom. Whew, look what came off of there. Boy, I'm not, see this, so if we're here, I'm looking at that going, okay, that's a green banana. Here, oh, game on. Okay, so now I got something to work with here. So what's the next test, right? What's significant here? Can we break this one? That's not the dominant, right? So that's just one. That's the first one we got to break. Then we got to break this one. Then we got to break this one. Then eventually you're going to have to break that one. So a long way to go to break out the bullhorn, but really good looking start. You got to do them one at a time. First, you had to break that one. Then you got to break that one, right? Because this algo doesn't give a shit about you, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. It's just a piece of software. It's going to sell it right there. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Doesn't give a flying fuck about you, right? Just software. Okay, right. So what do you see the confluence here? I got a combo here. This will be interesting. All right, do you see the 50 is literally on top of the 618, or the 618 is on top of the 50. Golden zone on top of the 786. So you've got technical resistance to get through here. Pretty close call on those lows. And I'll be damned, right? You clear it. I don't actually like twos that are that low, but they're valid. I don't like it, right? Because it, well, is it there? A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be damned. It is there. All right, so you got it. A, B, C. It's there. I have to bring that down. 1, 2. Fuck. I hate twos like that. I don't want them to go that deep. Because then you're always a little bit, okay, wait a minute, right? Is this just a truncation here, or is that the 1, 2? Well, again, it looks like you got it again. I'm on a 2 hour. But now it kind of, you go, oh shit, okay, wait a minute. Is that 1, 2, 3? Right, that's why I don't like, with Marx doesn't give you what you like all the time. That sure looks like before. Yeah, I want to put it here. Okay, so do you see? Well, that's the triangle. So let's get that right. So let's go A, B, C, D, E. All right, so let's get that nailed down here. Okay, so we got that there. Okay, so we got 3, 4. That's not necessarily 5. That looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. We got it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. A, B, C. So, let's see. So that's still got yet to come. Oh, let's get you in white. Take you down since we're. Oh, nah, he like me, right? He likes them small, right? Because you always have higher degrees to go to. So I like to start small. I always start with sub-micro. Okay, so there's 4. Is that 5? Well, could be, right? That's not much of a retrace. So that makes me think that's 1, 2 of the 5, right? So this is getting more and more bullish. 3, 4, that's not going to be 2. Well, pardon me. That could certainly be the 2 of the 5. Right? So let's label it here. So let's take this up a degree. All right, see here, that's the advantage of starting small. I can keep going up a degree. Okay, so now I'm going to go from that 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm going to take that down a degree, right? Because I don't want to be on the same degree as the degree above it, and I want to change the color. Right, so I don't get lost and like, where the fuck is that? What is that connected to? Right, so this just makes it easier. I'm trying to help you guys. All right, it's not just about what I prefer. Right, I've done it both ways. All right, so here, this is the 4. Probably just another coincidence. Probably so many coincidences. Right, so into the 2. All right, so where's the 3? We still. Oh wait, let's see. I have to go up 1 more degree. 3, 4, 1, 2. Nope, this can be the 5. It's still up here. This is, what are you related to? That's 3, 4. Where's that? Oh, okay. So that's got to come way but there you go. There's a problem right there why you don't want to do it that way. So first I'm going to make that bigger so I can figure out where the hell that's connected to. Do you see why I don't like the 1, 2 down here? I'm not sure I'm connecting this 3 to this 1. I suppose you'd have to live with it here. 3, 4, you would, right? So this is just a deep 2. God, do I need to? Okay. I'd be real quick to be making changes here if I need to. Just so I would note that. To me, I would just be down here saying, okay, don't forget that this is easily movable if I need it, right? So if this keeps going, you might come back here, or if it comes down sooner, this would be where I'd come to adjust the count, because this is an educated guesstimate. They're so close. 1, 2, I'm looking for 3. Would that make sense? If I went 3, 4, 5 up here to complete that 5, would that make sense relative to that 3? Well, that's got to all go up here. Pardon me. This one. I'm back here. That would be the 3, 4, 5, right? So there's a good example. That's probably one degree too many, although sub-minuet always looks smaller, but there it is nonetheless. Okay, coming out of that. Nice one, Alwanahi. Right, nice. Just a question mark. So question mark, or a little note to yourself in your chart analysis. Okay, subject to change if needed. Otherwise, looks to me like we're still seeking that 5, which means we're still seeking this 3 relative to this 1. Relative to this 1 here. The other thing, it kind of blows up the median lines because they're so deep. Let's get you back to original. Well, you still got something there. Oh, here. Now, if I go here, any better? If I go here, right? So I've got, this is the lowest low before it takes off. Well, so now my 80% is burned. So already, if I can look at that and say, do I need that? Well, is it any better here? This is a judgment call. Shit, just out of curiosity, if I'm on that low, looks like I missed it. No, let's hang on. I think that's going to push it further away, actually. Further away. So now, do I want it over here? I really, this is one where there's a little bit of testing, like which one is it going to respond to? I suppose you'd have to sit here. This would be the most logical, so that you don't have all this overthrow on the outside edge. I'd want to keep it contained. I got a little bit here where it's just tapping. Some meaty targets up here. Okay, so where's the next trade? Well, this was the next trade. You missed it, right? You don't want to chase now. So you're going to have to let that get to the 3. So is this, this could be the 1 of the 3. I mean, this has got a lot of work to do to keep rolling. If we're going to go up here and get all this. But you're late now. You got to wait for that. It's frustrating, right? There's a discipline that comes with this kind of trading where you don't chase. Right? Chasing, never, under any circumstances, ever a good idea. Ever. Don't do it. So what are you giving into if you start chasing here? FOMO. Oh, I don't want to miss it. I'm just going to go. So I'm just going to buy it right into a golden zone. That's what happens. That's what retail will do. Why? Because they don't know there's a golden zone there. They don't know. They don't know that. They'll buy right into it. Now, in a raging bull, they'll get away with it. Right now they think, oh, God, I am so good at this trading stuff. Man, I'm going to quit my job and just trade full time. Right? How long will that last? Right? Buying right into golden zones. Right? Reality sits in real quick. 3, 4. I think you're kind of you're waiting now. So you gotta wick off. Where's the 1? Okay, so if I'm going to go up here and get a 3, I'm going to sit here at the median line and wait for that to come back to me in a 3. So if I'm going to get this, I'm going to sit and wait for that. Right? Because I don't chase. I don't give into FOMO. I don't mean me. I mean, this is you talking to yourself. Right? I've given into FOMO enough times. Right? I don't do it anymore. So again, you can take my word for it, learn the hard way. I was a stubborn motherfucker. I was like, fuck you, I'll do it my own way. God, if I had just taken the advice of my mentors early on, right? Eventually they said, I told you not to do that. You had to prove it to yourself. Well, okay, take my word for it. I was that way. Oh, God, the money I'd have if I had not been so stubborn. So there we go. Okay, I guess we'll wrap it up there. God damn it, I went long here. I was half an hour too long. Okay, lots of stuff to chew on there, guys. Hope you get something out of these. I really do. Keep in mind, you can always join us at our website. Look underneath this video. That way, we use that link tree now, which I kind of like. So it gets you to our website, everything that we offer, places that we recommend that you check out. You can join us for free. Come on in, start the white belt. Social gets you into, you can post in here. You can post your heart's content. You don't need to post Elliott Wave. I don't care what you post. Just tell me if you're bullish or bearish, right? And then we'll pick it apart together and see, hey, is there an Elliott count here that would add value to this analysis? If not, we won't even mention it. Maybe it's just geometry and fib swings. We'll find a way to trade it though. Okay, guys, there you go. I will wrap it there. Everybody have a good one. Thanks. We have new content we're working on, so this is the last week, right? It's gonna come this week. So this is the last week that I won't be doing Monday, Tuesday, but you do have Money Crypto on Wednesday. I strongly encourage you to visit that live stream. And then I'll be back on Friday, all right? We'll have some new material for all of you guys coming out very soon. Okay, guys, have a good one. I will catch you guys later. Okay.
Later.